First of all, let me tell you that I wasn't raised vegan. Actually, I used to enjoy eating meat, cheese, eggs for more than 30 years. It all seemed to be so normal to eat meat. I mean, we just have to turn on the TV and we are literally bombarded with commercials showing happy cows running on green fields, dancing, singing, happy to be a piece of steak on our dinner tables. They taught us that protein means meat and calcium means cow's milk. But is it true? At restaurants, you see people all around eating steak, hamburgers, ordering pizza, pepperoni, bacon, ham, lamb, and more. Everything seems to be so normal. But is it? One day, 8 years ago, a friend of mine who I used to consider as annoying extremist vegan shared a footage of a cow being slaughtered in an abattoir. I felt offended by what I saw, even blaming my annoying friend for posting such horror on my news feeds. The same day, I went back home, took my dog in my arms, and started cuddling and kissing him. Suddenly, something hit me. I realized that when I looked at my dog's eyes, there was someone looking back at me. I realized that there is no difference between a dog and a cow. They will both fight for their lives if their throat is being cut open, bleeding in agony to death. I realized that we live in a society that normalizes violence, accepts lies, radicalizes peace, and gets offended by the truth. Then I started questioning myself. Why are we inflicting such immense suffering and killing to those innocent and vulnerable creatures? Is it because we need meat to survive and be in good health? Is it because we have always done it this way? Is culture and tradition a good benchmark for any behavior? Or is it just a matter of taste? So I started doing some more research on this topic to find why we really eat meat. Do we really need to eat meat to live and be healthy? Well, it turned out that all major deadly diseases are linked directly to eating animals and their products. In fact, the #1 cause of death is heart disease, caused by clogged arteries due to high intake of cholesterol, trans fatty acids, and saturated fat, all found in large quantities in meat, dairy, and eggs. Same goes for type 2 diabetes, hypertension, colon, prostate, breast cancer, and more chronic deadly diseases. The WHO, the World Health Organization, classified processed meat as group 1A carcinogenic, high risk of cancer, same group as smoking cigarettes, same group as tobacco, and red meat as group 2A carcinogenic, probably causes cancer. The Canadian and British Diet Association stated that it is healthy and safe to adopt a plant-based diet to all stages of life, including pregnancy and infancy. So basically, our health is better off without meat. So if we don't need meat to thrive and survive, why are we doing it for? What about tradition? As you know, society evolves. So does our way of life and practices. Many behaviors that are now considered barbaric were once accepted and even encouraged by society. such as slavery, segregation, no rights for women, and more. However, it all started with few dedicated people rejecting injustice for humanity to take a stand towards these practices. So today, we should enlarge our circle of compassion to embrace all sentient beings and remember that animals are here with us, not for us. What about culture? Is culture a justification? Well, in China, it is culturally acceptable to eat dogs. In other countries, it's not. Who's right and who's wrong? People all over the world sign petitions to stop the Yulin Dog Meat Festival. Those same people, they go back home at night and have a cow meat burger for dinner. They are both wrong, since it is not morally justifiable to kill either the dog or the cow. Is suffering of one species more valuable than the other? Can culture justify loving one and killing the other? So if the justification of culture and tradition does not stand, why are we still doing it for? When I knew that my innocent-looking meal was responsible for world hunger, today a population of 7.6 billion humans are living. More than 1 billion are hungry. Poor countries sell their grains to the meat and dairy industries to feed them to the animals so that few can have a piece of steak. We have really enough food to feed 70 billion animals every year, but we don't have enough to feed 1 billion hungry people. Does it make any sense? This is why meat is a crime towards humanity as much as it is for the animals. Animal agriculture has a huge effect on our environment. Actually, it is the major impactor of climate change. More gas emissions than all combined transportation. We're talking cars, trains, boats, planes, and more. Animal agriculture is even responsible for rainforest deforestation, ocean dead zones, freshwater depletion, species extinctions, and more. The UN, the United Nations, stated that to avoid the worst effect of climate change is to adopt a plant-based diet. So many devastating effects on our planet, health, and countless sentient beings. Why are we still consuming meat and dairy? If it's not for survival, if it's not morally justifiable by tradition nor culture, and is responsible for negative effects on our planet, then again, why are we still doing it? Well, it all comes down to satisfying our taste buds. Question is, are our taste buds more important than life itself? Fortunately, plant-based alternatives are everywhere. Same taste, minus the cruelty. And you had the chance to taste some vegan food today and yesterday at High Hospital, and we would like to know your feedback later on. So, veganism basically is nothing but choosing peace over violence, choosing respect over oppression, choosing justice over habit, choosing what's right over what's convenient. So people ask, why vegan? Because we no longer have one source of information that is controlled by the mainstream media and the meat and dairy industries. Today, the truth and the information are out there for everyone to see. We have the moral responsibility to know better and act better. Why vegan? Because having dominion over the weaker is to protect, not to abuse. Why vegan? Because killing an animal for protein and calcium is unnecessary when they are all found in plants. Why vegan? Because if we do not need to kill a sentient being to thrive and survive, then we don't have to. Why vegan? Because we don't need to forcibly impregnate the cow, take her baby to slaughter for veal and calfskin industry, dry her out, then kill her for cheap meat in order for us to drink her milk. Why vegan? Because choosing what's wrong over what's right can never be right. Why vegan? Because the majority of meat eaters are non-violent people, whereas they contribute to immense suffering in consuming violence unconsciously in a minimum of 3 meals per day. Going vegan is aligning our actions to our ethics. Why vegan? That's why. Thank you all for listening.